Hey everyone, in this video we're visiting an incredibly beautiful self-built tiny house on wheels on Vancouver Island. Amy and Craig spent a lot of time designing their home before they started to build, and the extra planning really paid off. They've created a unique and modern open concept home with a custom built storage sofa, a spacious kitchen with stunning blue cabinetry, a large walk-in closet, and a private loft with skylights for watching the stars. We think you're really gonna love this tiny house, so let's go check it out. This video is sponsored by Skillshare. We'll give you more information about them at the end, plus a link to a free trial.
A lot of design research went into it, a lot of sketching and visualizing the space. And then we started building it in 2018 with the help of a lot of contracting friends. So they helped us, frame it and plumb it and electrical, which was great of them. It took us about 6 months to build it, part-time, after work, on weekends. But yeah, we lived in it for about 2 years and absolutely loved it. The dimensions are 8.5 wide by about 32. The trailer is 30 feet long, but we put lofts out, so we cantilever both sides so we can have a little bit more space in both the lofts. We wanted to make sure it was legal driving dimensions, so that was like a very important thing when we were designing it and building it, that, all said and done, that you could just drag it anywhere. Another big thing when we were designing our house, to make it feel bigger, we wanted, nice white walls and a lot of natural light. So I think there's 14 windows in this place, and a lot of natural light, makes it feel bigger and brighter and all that. We just sold it, so it's gonna be a bittersweet sale for us, because, you put so much, love into building it, and, it's kind of like your baby. So, it'll be sad to see it go, but it's going to a really nice couple and family. A big thing, me and Amy love hosting, so we always like to have friends over, and most households, you congregate in the kitchen. So a big thing is we wanted a nice big kitchen, so we have 8-foot counter space on either side. You got your full oven, stovetop, range hood, fridge. We wanted a nice hallway, and we definitely, I think, captured that in our design, and yeah, we've had some great nights in here, that's for sure. With all this counter space, we have tons of storage, so you're able to have all your kitchen pots and pans. We use basically this side for kind of, everyone has your classic junk drawer. One of these was our dogs, all our dogs' toys. So that really helps in a tiny space with all different cabinets. You don't always have to put kitchen stuff in there. So that was huge, and having a nice big cupboard, nice deep cupboard, you can kind of put anything in there. So we went with a little bar area for the both of us. So we got these stools, and actually we cut 6 inches off them because they were for bar height, and we needed a counter height. So this was our little kitchen table. We went with a macerator toilet because it's tankless, and it's kind of weird, but you become like a toilet expert when you start building a tiny house, because most toilets sit out about 30 inches from the wall when you add the tank and that. Ours sits 18 inches, so you can kind of just jam it into a nice little corner. So our macerator toilet is basically a poo blender. Whatever goes in gets ground up and shot out into our septic tank. So the big thing was, size. We wanted something small. You don't want to be stuck out and be looking down the hallway when you're, going to the bathroom. This is a fake drawer, but we've got a nice deep drawer in here, and a couple shelves. Amy and I, we built the countertop and the floating shelves. Most of the lights in our tiny house are dimmable, just because you turn one light on, it's turning basically the whole house on. So everything's dimmable. So our bathroom's basically the size of our old apartment bathroom, which is nice. You're not really feel crammed in here. And we went with a shower with a wand and a rain shower. It's pretty nice to have a rain shower, but sometimes you need that extra pressure to wash your hair with that, so you got the wand. Plus we have a dog, which is just great to shampoo her after a long walk. So basically we had to get a custom base because it was kind of a funny dimensions. And then we wanted the tile look, like subway tiles. So we were able to find this, it's groutless tile, they call it. So it just comes in sheets. So it's really easy to clean, but it just comes in sheets that you just have to basically stick to the wall. So it's going to be way better for movement and, you know, moving to the next location. You don't have tiles cracking off. Everyone was telling us about, you know, all the moisture in tiny houses is more than usual, and everything you read online, but we really didn't find it too bad. Yeah, we were able to find a nice compact fan and put it on the outside wall, because, you know, most fans you stick it in the ceiling, but this is, you know, our loft space, so it basically goes right here and right out. So it's pretty good at circulating this little area. We built this cool little turning staircase that has a bunch of cubby holes that we stored mostly towels and spices and stuff. And our original plan was to have a storage pull-out final step, because, you know, you're kind of in the hallway, so we wanted it to be able to pull in and out. And then we have this big space underneath the stairs that is actually plumbed for a washer dryer combo unit, which we never ended up getting, but it's all ready to go. A big thing, Amy always wanted a walk-in closet in the tiny house, which sounds insane, but we were able to do this walk-through closet. So we basically have your hanging on this side, so you got this 90-degree bar, which was basically all my stuff, and then up top Amy had her space, and we left this open, so, you know, long dresses and long coats. And then on this side we have, you know, 3 big deep drawers that held all our clothes, and then we kind of had a little cubby space for, you know, hats and you know, towels and whatnot up top. Last, we just have a, you know, sliding door, a little pocket door with a big mirror, so, you know, once you're getting ready, you can have a peek. When we first built the house, we just had stairs coming out the front door. So we went through one winter, and, you know, you bring in water and this and that. So we quickly then built a deck with overhang, so you can take your coat off and your shoes.
So this is our living space, and we wanted it to sort of just continue into the kitchen for the hosting, and we went with a electric fireplace. In the beginning we wanted to do wood, but we didn't plan well for it. We probably should have not done the window if we wanted to do the wood, so that we didn't have to have the fireplace sticking too far into the space, and it just sort of made it a bit more crowded, and we just like the open feel here. We have a heat pump in the bedroom as well, but it's more than enough. We never turn the bedroom one on. It's quite warm at night. We find all the heat rises, and the loft's quite hot at night. The couch, we had the cushions made by a seamstress in town, and she did a great job. So Craig built the couch underneath, and they open and they have tons of space for storage. Craig looked up like couch angles and what was best, and it's funny all the things that go into building your own custom stuff at home. So we found out, you know, the angles of couches and how far it should sit off the ground and how thick the cushions should be, and it worked out perfectly. I love this couch. This is our spare loft, and when Craig and I lived in the house, we used it mostly for storage. We didn't have a bed up there. We wanted as much space as possible in the loft, because, you know, it's hard to crawl around up there. It's not always the most comfortable, but we have the dormer to have the most space. So we have our front door here with the little patio at the back, and we had always hoped and planned to build a big deck at the back, so we put an extra big sliding door back here to maybe one day make a big outdoor space here, but we didn't get there. The main loft is 10 by 8, and it actually fits a king size bed, which we had for a while, but the queen is a bit more appropriate, because then you have a little space on the sides. On the back of the privacy wall, we have storage and open shelving for clothing and blankets and pillows and stuff like that. We have 2 skylights in the main loft, and it's just so wonderful falling asleep underneath the stars each night. We did find that in the summer months it gets very bright early, and we had to put some covering up there. I would definitely invest in some sort of skylight blinds in the future. On the outside of the house, we used cedar and did board and batten siding, and we chose a really dark blue color. And then for the roof, because the peaks of the roof are quite shallow over the lofts, we wanted to make sure, just in case for leaks and rain coming in sideways, so we did torch on, but then we wanted a metal roof, so we put that on top to make it look really nice and aesthetically pleasing. The torch on roof is sort of like an asphalt roof, and it's just quite flat, and it looks like the top of a very plain flat building. We loved living in it. Definitely hit my head a few times on the loft ceiling. We had to cut down on stuff, but it feels nice to, you know, get rid of things you don't need. We moved from an apartment into here, and it was, you know, barely bigger than the size of the house, so it wasn't a big change for us. We're lucky that we have access to a garage space because Craig likes woodworking so much, and he's got all his tools, and, you know, we like skiing and biking, and that would be very difficult if you didn't have that little extra space to put your outdoor gear.
It was great. We loved building it, loved designing it. You know, it was very rewarding. Definitely see us doing it again.
We moved out because we wanted to maybe buy our own property and take on a new project. We couldn't do both. We needed a down payment, and so we decided that we could always rebuild it if we wanted to, and that way we could start fresh on our own piece of land.
We got a professional to come in and laser measure all the dimensions, like wall heights, appliances, where it's located, because, you know, down the road we might build another one. And other people have asked us, you know, can we build something similar and this and that? So we're actually selling them now. We've put a nice little package together for anyone that's interested.
You can follow the West Coast Tiny Home on Instagram to find out more about their tiny house and the plans they have available. We also want to thank Skillshare again for sponsoring this video. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. They have classes on everything from music and video production to freelancing, creative writing, and a lot more. What I really like is that many of the classes are under 60 minutes, so it's not intimidating to get started, and you can learn new skills pretty quickly. Over the winter, we got in the habit of taking Skillshare classes in the evenings before our downtime, and it was an easy way to incorporate learning in our everyday life. One of the classes we took was Create a Short Documentary Video Portrait by Elaine McMillian Sheldon, which was really well put together. We found it helpful and inspiring to see how she films her documentaries and how she deals with the challenges of on-the-go filmmaking. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a free trial of premium membership so you can explore your creativity. After the free trial, it's less than $10 a month with an annual subscription, so Skillshare is a really affordable way to keep learning new skills. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.